Welcome to Color Me Green, a podcast focused on making the world a greener place. Happy New Year, everyone! I hope everyone had a great holiday and did your best to be sustainable, of course. I didn't really do anything. I just kind of stayed home, cleaned, and played The Sims. Not sure if anyone else is a fan of that game, but I literally played it all day long. I'm actually obsessed with it. Anyone who knows me knows it. On New Year's Day, I did actually go out and get lunch with a friend of mine, and then we went out and had a margarita. So I guess I did get a little lively, but other than that, I didn't really do much. Anyway, I cannot believe we are going on 6 months of Color Me Green. I actually have some plans on rebranding, maybe upgrading the audio quality, nothing crazy, but I just want to make things the best that I can. So as you can tell by the title, today I just want to take some time to reflect on the past year and go over a few of my thoughts on what I did and what I could have done better. Of course, as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so let me know what sustainable actions or choices you made last year and what you would like to do this year. So, 2021. It definitely wasn't the year that I got into being sustainable. I really started probably in college. I was really big on recycling, like very big. But last year was really the year that I dove deeper into it. I have really always been big on recycling for years now, but like I've mentioned before, when I started Googling what composting was one day, I was like awakened to the world of sustainable living and being eco-friendly. I started Color Me Green from that one Google search and wanted to learn everything I could, and I still do, about making the world a greener place and living a more green lifestyle. I'm currently still working on it, but I did make a ton of purchases to try new eco-friendly items and see if I could make the swaps from normal products I've always used. I've been really trying to clear out my plastic bottles from my bathroom. I've already done away with the bottled shampoo, conditioner, and soap, which honestly, I'd have to say has been my favorite swap so far. I will never buy any of those products bottled ever again. I now get bars of all of them. They work amazing and have zero plastic or packaging other than the cardboard box and paper wrapping that they come in, all of which are recyclable or compostable. I've also invested in a few metal straws, which I am really also trying to remember to use even when I get takeout or go out. I do use them for my iced coffee in the morning though, so that does save a plastic straw, and I love that. I've also switched over to an all-natural deodorant, which comes in a cardboard tube. It's also amazing, like all of the other products. I literally will never buy regular deodorant again. I'm going to say that for every product I've bought because I love them all so much, and the amount of plastic and other waste I have cut down by just making a few easy swaps just puts my mind at ease that in even a tiny way, I'm not contributing, or I'm contributing less to the overall waste the world creates. Another one of my favorite things I started doing last year was thrifting. It's easy on the environment and also on my bank account, which obviously really, really matters. I've gotten so many cute clothes and honestly some of my favorite pieces from thrifting. I'm actually wearing one of my favorite shirts right now, and I actually wore my favorite pair of jeans yesterday. And I even just thrifted some really nice frames and glasses for my bar cart, which unfortunately I am recording this today because my bar cart just arrived and I was under the impression that it was going to be here in 2 weeks, and I want to set it up so bad, but no, now I have to wait. I'm just so excited to decorate it. That's one of my favorite things about thrifting. You can honestly find anything you need, normally for a very reasonable price, and you can find some really amazing things. What I got last weekend, I got 3 frames and 6 glasses, I believe, and only paid $20. Do you know how much a set of 4 wine glasses are on Amazon? Normally around $20 for a decent set. I found glasses that were unique and affordable without having to have any packaging or a big delivery truck deliver them to my house. Another thing I found thrifting are books. I have found so many amazing books at the thrift stores near me. The only time I buy a book is when I know I can't find it at a thrift store, but I did actually find one that was on my to-read list over the weekend, so I obviously had to pick it up. I think it's called The Woman in the Window or something, and I heard it was really good, so I actually first picked up a smaller version, which was a paperback, and then I looked in a different section and found the hardcover. There were 2 copies, so obviously I had to get the hardcover, but oh my God, the books at thrift stores, there's just so many options. I want to go like every weekend and go and look at all of the books and just take all of them. I think the last big change I made was in how I do laundry. I first started with replacing my dryer sheets with wool dryer balls. They actually speed up dryer time, which is great because it means I use less energy. But it's also creating less waste by me not having to throw away dryer sheets after every load of laundry. I also even swapped my laundry detergent to laundry pods. And no, I'm not talking about those Tide dryer pods, those awful things. No, no, so much better. These are little cubes that come in a cardboard box. Notice the theme, no plastic packaging. I literally love it. The pods are plastic free and you just pop them in with your clothes in the washer and they dissolve and clean your clothes. I love this because detergent bottles need to be rinsed before they can be recycled. And honestly, who does that? Everyone is too lazy or doesn't take the time, so they just toss them in the trash. If you've seen one of my, I think it was my most recent TikTok that I made. Did I post that to TikTok? Yes, I did. I literally made a TikTok on how I do my laundry, and that same day there was a container from Tide Pods in the trash, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? We're just going to pick that up and we're just going to take it outside a few feet away and we're going to put it in the recycling bin where it goes. Don't be lazy. Recycle things. I honestly have a set pile of things that I like put off to the side for me to rinse out just so I can put them in the recycling. Yeah, I actually take the time to do that because it matters to me. It should matter to more people, but you know. Okay, now, what do I want to do better this year? And what are my goals? I've already decided that I'm not allowed to buy fast fashion. This is going to be the biggest one for me because I love clothes and I love shoes and it's going to be rough. Like, I'm not allowed to buy clothes new from, unfortunately, Forever 21 and Target and places like that. I can only thrift my clothes, get them secondhand from friends, or make them. I have yet to make anything besides a questionable when you're up close to it skirt for my Bride of Frankenstein costume for Halloween. But I have some patterns saved, and if the day comes and I decide to try it out, you know, they're there. Another thing I'd love to do is make my bathroom and kitchen plastic free. I don't know about food-wise, but at least getting rid of things like bottled soaps when there are alternatives that I want to try that are less wasteful. That also goes for my bathroom. I want to get natural soap bars, more like hand soap bars instead of, the Bath & Body Works one that I have, and even see if I can find alternatives to my hairspray and mousse, which I feel like is going to be hard, but I'm going to look, so I will put in the effort to try. I do already know that there are alternatives for dry shampoo, but that's something that I'm going to need to try out, and I'll let you know how that goes. Those are really the only 2 big goals I've made for this year. Sustainability-wise, I have plenty of other goals, don't worry. I obviously am sure that I'll come up with more as I learn about more things through this podcast. I do eventually want to start a compost bin, so maybe this year I'll purchase one for my kitchen or something, just a small one to put on my counter or something just to try out. I'd love to do that. But overall, I'm also learning new things from the show, and I'm excited to see what I can improve on this year. And maybe next year, when I come back to this episode, I can see if I stuck to all or any of the goals I've set. Like I've mentioned in the beginning of this episode, please let me know what your sustainability goals are for this year. I'd love to hear them and maybe even get some ideas for myself, and maybe you can help someone else and give them ideas on some ways that they can be more sustainable this year. I want to thank you for listening to today's episode of Color Me Green. New episodes are going to come out weekly, and hopefully each one has something you can take away and learn from. I currently have a ton of episodes planned, but if you want to request a certain topic to discuss, please feel free to message me on the show's Instagram at Color Me Green Podcast, linked in the show notes. If you loved today's episode, please make sure to leave a review, as I will be randomly picking reviews every week as they roll in to read on the show. One of the best ways to help change the world is to share this episode with a friend and let them also learn what they can do to live more sustainably. And as always, remember to reduce, reuse, recycle, and live green. See you next week.